Hey everyone, I'm Stephen Pryor. I'm taking English 261 science fiction, and here is my summary of Do AIs Dream Perfect Games by Angie Peng. Let's get started. This is the first story published by Angie Peng, which was inspired by her experiences as a fan watching Cleveland during Game 7 of the 2016 World Series. She's active on LinkedIn, served from the Crimson during her time at Harvard, and has worked for the responsible AI team at Google in addition to getting the story published in September-October 2020 issue of Fantasy Science Fiction. So, let's take a look at her story, Do AIs Dream of Perfect Games? So, here we go. The prologue and the first part of the story detail how rare perfect games are in the entire sport of baseball, then detailing how the concept of AI might conceive the rarity of the perfect game and how one might find a way of how to achieve it. Part 2 describes the storyteller debugging AI's code. Even as someone who isn't an expert on the matter by any means, I've always been fascinated by this part of the development process of any game, and this is no exception in the slightest. Okay, the final part of the story is easily the core of the entire work, and the main reason why I decided to examine it. The subject, a programmer named Marissa, is accosted by instant messaging by her own AI, known only as Sam. The idea of artificial intelligence becoming self-aware has been a concept that's been explored in numerous other works from the Terminator series to Spike Jonze's Her, and this is something that will be expanded upon in the next two segments. Okay, so finding the story, it took a bit of time, but once I did find it, the subject matter clicked in an instant. I'm not a huge sports fan. The AI and video game aspects what drew me to the story. The idea of video game AI taking on a world of its own and seeing the player as an antagonist has always been a concept that's fascinated me since I was younger. Points. Growing up, I was a big fan of the animated CGI TV series Reboot, where the premise was a series of computer programs known as Guardians pushed to their home, known as Mainframe, through various video game scenarios where the user caused chaos in their world. The first episode of Season 3, To Mend and Defend, has a great example in the horror game Melissa's Corpses. Said title has many allusions to the Evil Dead trilogy, to the point the user resembling the protagonist Ash Williams, which was actor Bruce Campbell no less. And it also takes the form of Michael Jackson in a Thriller video. The dog Frisket resembles an undead dog from the Resident Evil series, and Dot dons the guise of Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. The atmosphere and tone prompt a glance at the audience, and Dot asks, what kind of sick creature gets enjoyment out of playing this sort of game? The themes and ideas explored in the story apply the idea of artificial intelligence as a simulated consciousness. Now, it's mostly presented realistically in how it might carry out the perfect baseball game, how it might view those who designed it. It does raise some interesting questions about what a scenario can be applied to. For starters, the control is less of a simulation sports game like MLB The Show, and say more of an arcade style sports game like Mario Super Sluggers. Expanding to other types of games, the idea fascinates me on both a fictional level and a real world one. While the story may have focused more on the baseball aspect than purely video game aspect, AI simulation in competitive video games are complex nowadays, being applied to everything from Pokemon to Destiny 2. Sometimes, the AI behavior in a game can be depicted as mundane off screen, like how Wreck-It Ralph showed longtime rivals, Smash Bros. 2, Ryu and Ken, decide to go have a drink after a sparring session. Other times, this is the Tron franchise, programs can be personified as the users who designed them have aspects of personality. Whatever the case might be, it's clear that AI may very well dream a perfect game. It's only a matter of when and how we can achieve it.